starting off, I went into edit mode, and I can inset this to be more of a square shape to make the part that I'll extrude downwards for the handle. So just takes a little bit of scaling. Yeah, bit. About there. Yeah. Then I can just simply extrude it downwards quite a lot. That should be alright. I could leave it at that, but obviously that's really basic and simple, so I want to add more edges to it so it's not as cubic. So I can just start by beveling these to make it more rounded. This. Bit like that, I'd say. Yeah. And then I want to add some like kind of loops around up here to make it more, just add a bit more detail to it, and then I can give it like a metal texture, like here. So to do that, I will add loop cuts, 2, drag them up, and move this one up. Something I can't do is move the bottom one above the top one, because if I do that, then when I move this one, you can see there's faces that are overlapping there. So I can't do that, and I made that mistake the first time I tried this. So this one has to stay at the bottom. And I'd say that's a decent thickness for it. Move it down a bit more. And then I want to extrude these out. So E, S. When I scale it normally, you can see it it pushes itself up. So you can see that those bits there are lower down. So when I scale it, I actually have to E, S, and then Shift Z. So it won't scale upwards and it'll remain flat like that. Yeah, looks alright. Then I can bevel it again, add more detail, just to these edges. Yeah, and then I want to do that a second time, and make something pretty identical to it. So I'll just do the same thing again, about there. Up to there. Maybe move it down a bit more. Loop again, E, S, Shift Z. To make sure it's pretty even, like the thickness between these two, I'll just zoom in a bit. So S, Shift Z. And that's about right there. And then again, in edge selection mode, I can bevel them again, like that. That looks alright, and then I'll make another wider one here because the part that it'll swing from, there'll be some sort of motor thing here-ish. So I'll add like a wide one of these down here to sort of, highlight it in a way to make it more, because otherwise it'll look a bit weird if the whole lower half's just empty and it's swinging from something there. So I'll do the same thing again, but make it maybe about that wide's alright actually. So E, S, Z. Yeah, make it quite bulky, this one maybe. Again, beveling it. That's not what I meant to do. Yeah. Bevel it a bit. And then something I can do to make it a lot easier for me later on, actually, is see, because the orange dot there, the center point, is in the top of the hammer, when I rotate it, it'll do it like that, which obviously isn't what I want. Normally you'd have the center point about there, because it's, you know, the center of the object, but I can actually stop myself from reading bones, because normally when I were to animate it, I would have to put a bone there leading up to there, and then it'll rotate along the end point of this bone here. But I can actually avoid doing that completely if I make my center point the center here. It's about the center, I'd say. Down a bit. So then if I apply these three, okay, I need to select it first. Apply these, then it will actually swing this way, which means I don't need a bone because I can just animate it and just rotate it simply, and it'll, you know, that makes it much easier for me. And then finally, maybe to make this part look a bit more, I kind of want something rounded here to kind of visually show the movement, if you know what I mean. Like when you see motors, quite often they'll have like a, you know, some kind of rotary shape, if you know what I mean. So if I rotate this, scale it down a lot on the X, scale on everything but the X, probably easier if I go in this mode as well. So I scale it down there, and then scale it, Shift X, bring it up a bit, like that. Maybe scale on the X a bit more. Yeah, so then it kind of, that's a bit big actually. Like that's probably good. But yeah, but then that, you can kind of see, if you know what I mean. So, well, let me, I'll parent it first because I might give it a different texture depending on what it looks like. Because if I join these, and you know, and the geometry from that is just inside the geometry of that, it's going to be a pain to edit. So for now, I will just parent it to it. Control P. So now this will move with it. So now, as you can see, it kind of looks like it follows that rotary movement with the cylinder around it. And then I'll just shade it smooth as well. Not smooth, also smooth. Because then it's not as, you know, shading smooth quite often looks like that. For some reason it's sort of, it shades it too smooth, if you know what I mean. But if it's also smooth, then it's got, you know, you can change what the like kind of range for how it calculates it. But yeah, so that's how I made it.